What up, y'all? BigBossFabo, man. Fabian Speaks back with a video, and y'all can see by the title, I'm gonna hop straight into it, man. Just today, spending some time reflecting, thinking about things, and somebody comment down below. Does life ever to y'all feel like sometimes it's just all rewind? Call it rewind. Call it like what was the movie with Jim Carrey? Was it the Truman Show? Every day he woke up, he was like in a TV show. You know what I'm saying? He woke up to like the same count of events. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, that's how I be feeling sometimes, man. And the crazy thing about life is there's no expectancy, right? In terms of like, it's self-explanatory, but you can't expect anything, man. Nothing is guaranteed um, out of the world, out of life. So with that being said, it's like a partial waiting game, and at the same time, it's just twiddling your thumbs. Now, I don't mean that in the literal sense. I mean that in a figurative sense, because I don't think people should ever twiddle their thumbs or sit idle or be in a mind state of, I don't know what's going on, nothing's happening for me, I'm just gonna give up. You know what I mean? Because that's just never my thing. Like, I'd rather maintain movement versus just be stagnant, because I think that would destroy me even more, versus living in a reality that nothing's happening for me, but I'm still maintaining progression. I'm still working. You know what I mean? So it's an interesting thing to think about. And sometimes it can really frustrate you, especially when you have dreams, you have goals, you got vision, and you have reliance in the Lord, right? You got to wait on God's timing and God's specific strategic timing, very calculated. So I don't know, today I was just thinking, man, because I've kind of realized me as a person, I don't know, you call it ADHD, attention deficit, whatever it is, man, that I gotta always continuously be doing something, experiencing something different, new. I don't like doing the same things over and over again. When I'm doing them for too long, I think that can naturally fall into that repetitive type of perception on life and how things are going. Because, I think the 9 to 5 example is like one of the biggest things that I could attribute to like the cyclical lifestyle, man. Because, Monday through Friday, folks is doing the same thing. A lot of people have the ability to work in a job to where the nature of their duties or their tasks changes day to day. So that could be exciting, right? You're doing a new thing every day. Your day to day isn't the same all the time. But like when you work in a job and you do the same tasks day to day, I just can't do it, man. And I always have said this, like, I commend people that stay in jobs for decades. And it's like, it's just crazy to me, man. I've never been able to fathom that unless I have my dream job, right? But when people just work to pay bills and to survive, and they do that for decades, and, I think some people don't believe there's anything beyond that, so they don't try to break the mold. They don't try to go beyond that. They think this is how life is, this is how it's meant to be, so I'm cool just playing my role. And I respect that as well, that certain level of acceptance and just, I don't know, appreciation for what life is. Because I think, honestly, like, life is honestly what you make it. Like, if you're out here chasing things and you have certain goals you want to accomplish, man, that's what you're making it, because your vision is X, Y, Z, So some folks are just cool with that. But in my mind, in my eyes, that's like mundane. That's very just complacent. Like, I want to just, conquer. I want to do crazy things. I want to experience new places, foods, take vacation and trips, not be worried about money being a certain issue, and it's not even like trying to be rich or I need millions of dollars. Nah, it's just the flexibility, to be able to essentially be free, do what you need to do, spend time with who you need to spend time with, and create the life in which you want to live in, So I don't know, that's where my mind was at today. And I think I need to do a better job of kind of coming to this platform to express myself. And like when I think about saying express myself, I'm kind of like, nah, that's soft. Expressing oneself is kind of tied to being soft, and but I think that's kind of like the way I need to approach this channel. Because back in the day when I was dropping a lot of content, it was really off the fact that uh, it was really built off the fact that like I was venting, and I know that people in the world can relate. Like we all go through life, we all go through things, and being able to share experiences, setbacks always helps another person, perspectives, things of that nature. So there's a lot that goes through my mind. So bottom line is I need to get back to just pressing a record button and speaking to y'all, man, because I know there's a lot of people out there I can help with these words. But it's definitely tough. A lot of the times I think when you see hiatuses and, maybe I'm working on one thing and this ain't even just me, this is just life. Sometimes we tend to backpedal. Sometimes we tend to redirect our focus elsewhere. And it can sidetrack us. It could distract us. It could delay things, especially when you got certain progression and momentum going. So I don't know, partially, I say that to say partially an explanation of why I've been doing other things, or you don't see me post all the time. My mind is elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? My mind be elsewhere sometimes. And I really just try to narrow in, hone in, and focus. But, these past few months kind of been challenging for me in a certain light. So it's definitely great when I see comments and feedback from people saying me sharing my story helped them, things like that. So yeah, man, I'm trying to get back on track, and I'm trying to just really, really, really keep my prayer life up, keep reading the word, and just stay as close to God as possible, because I know that during a season like this, these could be one of them. It's detrimental, and in the seasons to where you feel like or think you're not advancing, progressing, you're not hearing from the Lord, or maybe you feel like nothing's changing in your life. I always believe, man, that's when a lot is going to happen, or that's when things are going on behind the scenes according to God's plan. So I can't always sit here and just be like, man, nothing's happening for me. I just got to tunnel vision, stay focused, keep 10 toes down, and come back stronger than ever, come back harder than ever. That's how I see things, man. I don't sit here and try to buckle or, just throw my hands in there. And as I look at my journey and my growth, I give thanks to God, because He's molded me. He's groomed me and put me through situations that are training me, or like, help me grow. In the moments I can't even see half the times my growth, but when I look back at a situation and how I handle myself, I'm like, dang, I wouldn't have done that in the past. So yeah, man, it's just a cool thing to think about. It's just, it's a one day at a time type of thing. Quit trying to overwhelm yourself out here. Quit trying to do the most. One day at a time, faith, trust, reliance on the Lord, and keep communication open. But continuously like study on the word, because the word breathes life into you in its own. Yeah, but just have faith. And I always believe wholeheartedly and truly, like, everybody was just created for a reason. Everybody got a plan and a purpose. If you choose to actually fulfill it, or if you choose to seek the purpose, or try to thrive in the purpose, or be committed to the purpose, I believe that you'll find it, man. I believe, but there's a lot of folks who are always obviously uniquely created and made, but they're not looking for a purpose. They just want to, exist. And that's not a bad thing. Some people are like, they're not looking for a deeper meaning. They just cool with what they got going on. But I just wasn't built that way, man. I've always been on the search for something else, and that's just what God put in me. So I don't know, man. Peace, love, prosperity, everybody, man. It's good to tap back in. It's good to chime in with the people. We'll definitely see y'all in the future, man. We'll see y'all in the next video, man. We out.